Assalamu alaikum guys. So in today's class, we are going to do kinetic energy, which is I think our fifth class of this chapter, and we will do kinetic energy and some examples of energy, inshallah. Okay, so the first thing is what is kinetic energy? So kinetic energy is the stored energy, okay, stored energy in a body, in a body with virtue by virtue of its motion, okay, by virtue of its motion. So this is the definition of kinetic energy. Okay. What is kinetic energy? Stored in a body by virtue of its motion. Okay. So now, so what is kinetic? Basically, the meaning of kinetic. Kinetic means dynamic. And what is dynamic? Dynamic means movement. So basically, kinetic means movement. So it basically means that moving energy. Okay. So the energy which is moving, and its symbol is K. Okay. K or EK. Okay. So either you can write EK or either you can write K. So these are the two symbols of it, and its formula is 1 upon 2 mv square. Okay, so where where in this formula, so the formula is 1 upon 2 mv square, mv square. So this m stands for mass, okay, and this v stands for velocity or speed, and velocity in meter per second. Okay, this is the unit which we use generally. Okay, so until now we have covered the basics of what the background of kinetic energy, like the basic. So now, so basically means that, let's revise it again. So it means that a stored energy in a body with virtue to its motion. Okay, and it, so kinetic means dynamics and it means movement. Okay, and its symbol is K or EK, and its formula is 1 upon 2 mv, or where m is equal to mass and v is equal to velocity or speed. And okay, so now let's do a past paper question. Okay, example number one. So let's suppose here is a truck, okay, truck moving with a speed of its mass is 1000 kg, okay, and with a its velocity is 36 kilometer per hour, okay. So what we have to do, we have to find kinetic energy. So what does K stands for? It stands for 1 upon 2 mv square, right? So right, 1 upon 2. What is the mass? Mass is 1000 kg, and we don't usually write the units in this multiplication. And what is V? V is 36 kilometer per hour. Okay, so first you have to convert uh this unit into meter per second. So how do you convert it by? So for converting it, first you have to multiply 36 by, multiply by 1000 and divide by 360, 3600. Okay, and this is square. So let me check it in the calculator. Wait. Okay. So its answer is 550,000. Okay. So how do you write? Let's write it in a short form, which will be 50 times, no, 5.0 times 10 to the power of 4. Okay, joules. Okay, this is the answer. This is the answer for this exercise one question. So in this we have the mass, we have the velocity. So we put the values in the formula. So here we find the kinetic energy, which is 50, no, 5.0 times 10 exponent 4 joules, or 50,000 joules. Okay. So now let's do another example. Example number two. Okay. Let's do example number two. So let's take a mass of 5 kg, right? Uh, okay, whose initial velocity is equal to 10 and the final velocity is 20. Okay, so this is the question. So mass is given, which is 5, and we have to find the velocity. For finding the velocity, we have to minus it from final minus initial, which will be, 20 minus 10. So the answer is 10. Okay, 10 is the velocity, meter per second, meter per second, and meter per second. So 10 is the velocity. So in this, what do we have to do? We have to find Ke, means the kinetic energy. Okay, so let's find. So we have to put the values. M is 5 kg, right? And the velocity is 10. So 10 square, v square, right? So hence it will be 10 square. So now let's solve it. It will be 200 to 5 and not 5, oh, sorry. So 1 upon 2, 5 bracket, so 100, and it will be 100. 2 ones are 250s are, and so 5 times 50, which is equal to 250. 250 is the answer for this. Okay. Okay, so 250 is the answer for this question. So now this second question is also done. So let's do an MCQ. Okay. So let's do an, if the speed of an object is doubled, then the K become dash. So there are four answers for two times becomes two times, or V is eight times, and C is 16 times, and D is none of them. Okay. So basically, the answer to this is none of them because if the speed of an object is doubled, then the k becomes dash. The k will become four times. Okay, it will become four times. That's why there's no four times. So hence, its answer is D. Now let's do another past paper question. Past paper MCQ. Uh, Question number two. Let's. Okay, so if the mass and speed are are doubled, then the K means the kinetic energy is increased by dash. So there are again four answers which we have to correct. We have to take only one correct answer four times, and C is eight times, and D is none of them. Okay, so in this the answer will be eight times. Okay, so we are done with these MCQs. And why eight? And why eight times? Because when the speed and when the mass and speed are double, the will be increased by eight times. Because look, for example, one upon two is two m plus two two v square, right? If they are double, then what will happen? That let's suppose this is cancelled, right? So then this square will will be when this answer will come in square, this will multiply by this, and hence the second answer will be multiplied by this. So hence it will be eight times. Okay, which will bring me the answer of eight. Okay, so that is why the question two answer is eight. So now let's do some examples of energy. Okay, so what are some examples of energy? Let's take let's chemical energy. So what are the examples of chemical energy? Their examples are such as fuels. Okay, fuels are good examples of chemical energy, such as oil. Okay, such as oil, wood, or coal, and electric cell. Okay, and electric cell, and many others. So these are some examples of chemical energy. So now let's write some example of nuclear energy. Okay, nuclear energy. So what can be some examples of nuclear energy? For in these example, it can be atomic atomic bombs. Okay, and nuclear reactor is also a good example, and so on. Okay, so now we are done with the nuclear energy examples. Now let's do radiant energy. Okay, examples. Radiant energy. So what are some examples of radiant energy? Let's take the example of electromagnetic waves. Yes, electromagnetic waves. I hope you guys are noting these examples because these examples question come in papers and hence I'm writing them. IR UV. Okay, UV is also an example of it, and X and rays. Okay, R rays, X rays, and these are some examples of radiant energy. Now, internal energy. Okay, so what is an internal energy? Internal energy is the energy possessed by atoms and molecule in. So what is an internal energy? Let's write the definition of it. Okay, so okay, so what are some examples of energy? Some example of energy and that comes chemical energy. So its examples are fuels such as oil, wood, coal, or electric cells. And nuclear energy examples, atomic bombs and nuclear reactors come. In radiant energy examples, electromagnetic waves, IR, UV, X-rays, R rays, these comes. And now let's do the internal internal energy. Okay. So what is an internal energy? The energy possessed by atoms and molecule in terms of K. In terms of Ke means kinetic energy. Okay. So this is the internal energy. Now let's choose mechanical energy. Mechanical. Wait. So that's true. Mechanical energy. What are its examples? It's in this. The examples are, for example, K or P means K and P are examples of mechanical energy. Okay, so for PE, there can be gravitational potential energy, okay, or elastic potential energy, okay, elastic potential energy. So these are some examples of mechanical energy, okay, of potential energy examples, and K examples can be there are no examples. So K means the movement energy, okay, basically, and energy, okay. So okay, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you you have got the main ideas in this lecture. We have covered until now the kinetic energy stored. What is it? It's a stored body stored in a body, okay, by virtue of its motion. It's just kinetic means dynamic, means movement. Symbol is Ke, formula is 1/2 mv, where m stands for mass, v stands for speed. And we have done some examples. Okay, so that's it for today, guys, I think. Okay, guys, I love this. Do like, share, and subscribe our channel because our team really wants your support. So, Allah Hafiz.